hit record. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. As said, I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. All right, so can you guys see my screen?
Oh,
Okay, so I took a different approach. This was my first time to ever do a website. Heck, I didn't even know you could do your own website, So what I wanted to do was create a website that I could use or I could build on or I could create other ones for my class. So I created this website. I don't have a class yet. Like I said, I'm putting in a lot of applications right now. Keep your fingers crossed. But my idea, my fairyland would be a fifth grade science class. I would love to be able to teach that. Now, I built this for a fifth grade science class, but you can do it for any age group. You can do it for any kind of class. So my home, um, you'll see this is my home page, and then Miss Simpson's fifth grade science class. And then I wrote I've got a little pictures in there. I wrote a class overview. Basically, I went into our text and wrote what, text says that you fifth grade students would be learning in their fifth grade year. So, and then I put in some, pictures, and I would hope to be able to like add pictures in my own classroom and everything. So then you scroll down, and this is a little bit about me and my family. That's me and my daughter. We love to travel. And back before, and like she was saying, teachers don't make any money. The job I had before, I worked as a buyer for GE. I made a ton of money, which I won't do that anymore as a teacher. So that's how I know I really want to be a teacher, because I'm willing to make that huge pay cut. But we used to travel a lot. We went to California. This was in Mexico. That's San Antonio. It's Garner State Park. So these are my kids, my dog. So, I told a little bit about myself. So this one I wanted to do. I wanted to make a page for my parents could come on, the students could come on and just have fun, or, just get some information. So I put a little bit about me. And then here's my educational philosophies. I follow post-progressivism and postmodernism, and some of the you can read some of the things that I want to do with my school, my classroom, some of my philosophies, the things that I follow, my classroom management skills. So I've got that all in here. Then I've got some of my favorite educational quotes. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world, by Nelson Mandela. One by Kennedy, Abigail Adams. Just Eleanor Roosevelt. Strong women, strong men. And these are some of my favorite quotes. So, and then my favorite part down here, you guys added your deliverables. I did mine a whole different way. I have my deliverables embedded through this whole website. So the first thing I have here, you can see I have some student sites. And what I hear is I covered Kid Search. Like she did, Kid Search is really, really good. It's got parental controls that the parents can add into it. It's got a whole bunch. You can search by age group, by grade. I mean, it's really, really great. So I've got some student sites that I've put on here. The kids can go in, the parents can go in. I've got fun games and video sites. This one right here, Generation Genius. If you guys haven't been on that yet, it's awesome for science. It's got a lot of games and science experiments, and they log them all by age groups. It's like the new Bill Nye the Science Guy. This is a new version of him, and he's lots of fun, lots of videos, games, even lesson plans and all kinds of stuff. So it's not just great for students; it's also good for teachers. And then right here is this science journal articles for kids. These great science, some news articles that the kids can look up, that what's happening in the world, and it puts in terms that the kids can understand and kind of relate to. So, and then I added parent sites that the parents can use, like during the summer, where parents can go in and find you know here's one, tips for safe browsing for your kids, because we know how important it is for your kids not to be able to look up sites they shouldn't look at. And this gives tips how to keep your kids safe while they're browsing the internet because there's just so much out there that's dangerous for the kids, especially during the summer. Like, you guys know during the school year when they're on the school computers, there's some kind of, protection there. But when they get home, there's no protection. So, and then some online support and creation tools for summer learning, and then STEM programs and activities. So I added those. And then the next tab, see, I'm not nowhere near as fancy as you guys. Y'all were wonderful. I put our calendar, and see, for this I did like unit 3 where I did Canva. I did this kind of no. Was it No, this was PhotoVisa in unit 5 where you pick monkey. This was PhotoVisa. Sorry, I've got it written down. And I did this calendar, and you can go in there and you do all kinds of different calendars and whatever you want. And basically what I'd want to do is create a calendar that I can let the kids know, hey, this is what we're studying this month. This is what's coming. This is when homework's due. We're going to have a quiz here. So kind of like, hey, here's a calendar the kids can go in and look at and say, oh, this is coming up. I need to study for this test. Or, oh, this looks like fun. Or this is movie day. And then what we're going to do for that week, examples, warm-ups, vocabulary terms and discussion. So the things that they know, they got a kind of a heads up what we're going to do and not to miss school. So, and then the next tab I have is fun activities. And here I've put a couple of videos. I really, really love this video. I think the kids were too. I love, I thought my daughter was talking to me. I love Nova. I watch it all the time. Space exploration. I love Dr. Neil Tyson deGrasse. Awesome. Love watching him. So here's the video, one of the videos that you can find on space, it's a really great video for 5th graders. Here's like a little intro into Generation Genius. And look, that's a long, it shows you all the cool stuff that they can do. And there's just some pictures, another video on fun science experiments they can do at home. And then here's some experiments also that they can do at home, some, just instructions on some really cool, exciting. This is hot ice. This is really cool to watch and to do, because you can make like a little formation. It's really cool. And then some, just some exciting experience. So I could put some on there that they could do at home with their parents, something they can have fun. And then here's like a little, this was unit 2, and I did a Kahoot, like a little fun quiz, and all kinds of pictures and stuff on there. And I try to make it as fun as possible. So that's their fun activities page. Okay, then my blog, which we did in unit 1. This is the blog I created. And this is my blog would be that, and I tried to embed this, but it would not let me. Keep giving me the can't do because of permission. They're not allowed to embed it. So I just had to put the link to it. But the blog itself is where kids can go in, and we can not only they can find out about me, like they would get to, they could get to know me. They could ask me any questions they wanted to, or I have one post where I would want them to talk about themselves. And then like the first week of school, I'd have them go in and do a little post on my blog where they talk about themselves. And then each student, like we do on our discussion boards, would have to go in and answer 3 other students. So the whole idea was try to get the students who they don't talk to other students that they wouldn't originally talk to. And they would go in and they would, hey, oh, you like to play baseball? I like to play baseball too. Or, you don't like spaghetti? I don't like spaghetti either. So basically I asked them to answer a couple of questions, like, what's almost like the Borash test, so I could get to know my students, get to kind of know their backgrounds, and they can get to know each other. So that's what I would create, and they can go and do that. So sorry, I'm like going on and on fast. And then newsletter, which I'm not happy, and I'm going to go to your Schmore and try to update. Here's my podcast. This is a podcast me and my daughter did. We went to Alcatraz. Oh. And so we talked about Alcatraz. And this one would let me embed it. So all you have to do is click on the play button and it'll play. But we talked about going to Alcatraz and the technology that she liked, and the fact that she could, and what she would like to see. she's 13, she's in junior high. So we talked about what she saw at Alcatraz and the technology they used and what she would like, if she were to visit other museums and what kind of technology she really liked. So that's what we talked in our podcast. And then I have, which this was unit 3 with my Canva, and I kind of ended that, talking about maker spaces. And then I've done a couple of newsletters, which I'm not happy about. I need to make those better. And I'm definitely going to do that at S'mores. But the newsletters would basically what we're learning in that month and tie in news articles about, that you can find. So I would have the students, give me news articles that they found online that tied into what we were learning that month. And then we would create a newsletter and post it here as a class. So it would just, kind of tie into what we've already learning, get them a little bit more, interested and motivated to kind of tie in what, the outside, the real world into what we're learning in class. So that's all I got. Now, y'all tell me what I need to add, what I need to fix.
Oh my goodness. Well, I would go to your site for inspiration with lesson plans alone. I really like it.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. And that's definitely, I could add, some lesson plans on there.
Yeah.
I wanted to be able to, okay, not only have this during the year, and it's something the kids can help me build up. That's one thing I wanted the kids to help me build up, creating new, fun activities that we do in class and everything, put that on there. But then they can come back during the summer and do some of these experiments and, so they don't kind of, because, guys, the kids, they lose so much during the summer and you spend the first part of your year as catch up. And I thought, well, maybe if I could get them interested and they help me build this website, then during the summer, they'll want to come back and do some of these activities and keep adding on and read some of this stuff, plus, some helpful parent stuff.
Right.
So, okay. Sherry, you're so quiet.
I was trying to pull up my Bitmoji classroom so that I could tell you what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to take away your sharing. But I was thinking about that calendar that you made and how it could be used as an asset for you in the future as an educator. When you're making a Google Classroom, you can use hyperlinks. So you can just attach the calendar that you made with all this information, and you can attach hyperlinks to it so that, let's say, you plan out the whole month in a perfect world. Because I've done that where I plan all of social studies, so I don't have to worry about social studies plans in the future. And then they can go click on the day. Let's say you click on Monday, and it will take you to that day. It will take you to Monday and all the work that they're doing online.
Okay.
I feel that this is something that you could use, especially if this is something that you want them to go back into it in the summer. You could use your little calendar and they could just go to whatever day, especially if they're keeping a journal and they rewriting what they're learned about, like a little small reflection. And then in the summer, they could just go back to your little calendar, go back to that day and have everything that they learned on that day, since you are providing everything already for them.
Would there be a way for them to like go in and like, okay, check off, like I did this, or like, into that's what I was thinking about.
You can always create an agenda whenever you make the day. You have by the end of this day, you should have like I can show you later. I don't want to like put my stuff on the screen. I can show you later if you need more help how you can create these agendas and how it kind of looks. So, but it's basically like your I can statement. I will be able to, and then it states everything that would do that day, and they would just be able to go back and see what they have done and what they haven't done.
That's exactly what I want. I want them to be able to go, oh, okay, I did this. I can check this off. Oh, wait a minute, I haven't done this. And then, come back to me and say, okay, I haven't done this. What, or I'm not sure how to do this. Can we work on it together?
You can really tell that this is a teacher website as soon as you go in. It's a whole different feel. Like whenever I saw, because you both want to do 5th grade science, right?
Yeah.
Am I correct? Okay, so what I noticed right away, but Ashley wants to have her own practice. When I saw Ashley's website, I saw I have my own practice. This is my personality. This is how it's going to be. Look at me. When I saw yours, I saw I am a teacher. I work in a professional setting, and I'm going to follow and be the respectful science teacher that you're expecting to see at a public school. So I
Thank
saw
you.
that. I felt that. And I like that you had the fun activities. Sorry, I've been taking notes. You've been seeing my hands moving.
No,
Uh,
no.
I saw that you had your fun activity. So can you go back to that, please?
Yeah.
See, you have all these videos and you have all these things, which is something that I think is very important because, as I mentioned, it gives parents something to talk about. It gives parents an involvement. As an administrator, future administrator, one of the biggest problems in schools is that parents feel that they're not being included in their child's education. They don't know what's going on in their education. And by having this, you're providing that key. You're providing that bridge between home and school and things that they can do at home. So that's a very great thing that you have. If you're not happy with your newsletter, I mean, I think it's fine. It looks kid friendly, but if you want to make it more, that's on you. But I think everything you have looks and feels student friendly, which is what you want and what you're trying to use it for.
That's
So I think
exactly,
you're
yeah.
doing great.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. I wanted to be able to I mean, as an adult, okay, but I wanted as a kid, and it's been a long time since I've been a kid, what's going to pop out for them? What's going to catch their attention? What are they going to find that they really like to look at? So I was hoping that's where I was going with this, because that's what it's for. And then, like I said, whatever classroom I get, I want to be able to do this, because I definitely will keep this up. And for, whatever classroom I get, and then I want my kids and students to be involved in it, and I want them to add, and I want them to tell me, oh, okay, let's add this, or we need to add another tab for this, something that I know that they help build up, and that at the end of the year they continue to go there, that summer, that's something that they go back to have fun, because, and I'm a substitute teacher now, and I kind of see those things that the kids try to get on, when they're on the computer and they're working, they're doing their Excels and other stuff, and then you see that open tab. So I kind of, I know what you're doing, but I'm trying to correlate what I think there would be fun. And I know this Generation Genius also has games and stuff that they can play, and I really love this site. I found this site. I love it. I've spent lots and lots of times on it. So that's the thing. One thing I think I'm gonna try to add, maybe some games or something, or some links to some games on the fun activity site. But I do have some, like I said, if you go to the home, you go all the way to the bottom, I have links for kids and parents too. So that's how all my deliverables are embedded in here somewhere. I didn't list them like you guys, and maybe I should have, but I wanted to keep it a site that, this is what the kids are going to see. So if it was kid on here, they would be having fun, or a parent on here, they wouldn't understand what a tab for deliverables was.
My only thing that I would add is that you have all these hyperlinks. I know there's a way that you can get like a little snippet, or just snipping and pasting, so the kids can kind of see what they're gonna click on, because I see a bunch of links. I don't know if it's
no, I know exactly what
research
you're talking
or
about.
if it's a game. But what you could also do is you don't even have to change anything. If this is something that kids use regularly in the class, they'll know where to find everything.
Yeah.
So if you're going to present it to the parents without the kids using it, then add the snippets. But if the kids are using it and they know how to use it with practice and fidelity, then it's perfect the way it is.
Yeah, and you're right. I'm going to add the snippets, because again, I want the parents to know what their kids are in. I don't, I don't want them to say, oh, what is this? And then I want them to know what their kids are doing and what they're in. So that is a good idea. I've got it written down with the Google Classroom and the calendar and the snippets. I definitely have that. I'm gonna add those in here.
But
Thank
overall,
you
you did a
guys.
great job, and it's very student friendly, and it serves the purpose that you wanted to use it for. So you
Okay.
should.
I can see your kids going on here and doing it.
Okay.
I
Thank
really
you guys.
Because Michelle, it's different, and it's a breath of fresh air, because like how everyone has been doing it, although we all have our unique ones and it's all very good, it's just different, and it just shows that, oh, we don't have to all think alike. We don't have to have unit 1 through to 6. Like everything is in here, and it's in here, we'll find it and it's used for the goal. So it's like your deliverables are tools for the bigger goal of having a joint website or a joint platform where you can share with your children. I feel like ours is more, representing ourselves, what we want to give, what we want to, it's sort of like we and them, whether it's other people or other teachers or even kids or whatever, but it's yours is more a togetherness. And I really, really, really appreciate that. Because yes, like even, we can have beautiful spaces and beautiful work done on our site, but the goal is usefulness. We want to be resourceful. So we must constantly think about why we're doing it, for who is our audience, and more than just aesthetics alone. So balancing those two is always something we have to keep working on. But I do appreciate the usefulness of your website. I love it, love it, love it.
Thank you. And the thing is, watching you guys and seeing your websites up there, you've given me so many ideas that, like I said, I'm looking for a job as a teacher now. I'm going to go and create that just to use it as like the tool. Like I can go into LinkedIn and put it up there on LinkedIn. I can add it as a tool to LinkedIn. So I'm going to go back and I'm actually going to create the website like you guys did as a resume builder for me, just to put it out there, So yeah, thank you. I took a lot of notes from you guys and I took a lot of hints, and I'm going to go back and create a website just so I can use to help me
I
find a
do
job.
have
Hopefully.
some final words for you. I know you're looking for a job. Right now, I'm taking a lot of courses that prepares you of how to hire teachers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to give you some little advice. I would show this personality as much as possible. You're showing taking critique is not something that anyone does easily. You're taking any little slight comment, you're being open about it. You're like, yes, give me more. I want to hear that. I love the information. I love it. You're so open-minded. You can take consecutive criticism very well, and that's very rare to find. I would make sure to somehow slip that into your interview, that you are a team player, that you do not get offended when people criticize your work, that you encourage people to give you advice, that even though you're going to try your best to do it right, that you are always open to suggestions, and that you can work as a team. That is a very valuable skill as a teacher, and you should be proud of your own personality and being able to be someone like that, because a lot of people, including myself, criticism is not something that we're very good with. Okay, and it's something that we got to work in, but you're taking it well. You have an amazing personality, and any
Oh,
administrator that gets you is going to be very lucky to have you.
thank you. She's so sweet. Can you come home with me? Seriously.
Luck coming this fall. I really hope you get a position and you're in the
Thank you. I have a job interview tomorrow with the charter school. I had a job interview here where I'm living right now in Campwood, but me and my husband have decided that we're moving back to Houston because we miss our family so much. And his parents who live here too, this is the reason we moved here. They have health issues, and the nearest hospitals that they can go to, the specialists they go to, are 2 hours away. So it's kind of hard for them to live here. So I have an older daughter who's actually a student at U of H. She's in the mechanical engineering department. So brilliant. Oh, I don't know where she gets it from. Anyway, so I miss her. I miss my family. I miss my friends. So we're moving back this summer. And the job interview I have is with KIP, which is tomorrow. And then I've started putting my application out there. So keep your fingers crossed.
They will ask you a question such as, what makes you stand out against other teachers, or what makes you a great teacher, or something like that. How would you describe yourself? That is a great time to input what I've told you, that
I
you are
definitely
an
will. I
awesome
wrote it
person, that
down.
you have great teamwork skills, that you're open to suggestions, that you know when to take charge and you know when to step down. That is a valuable skill. So just make sure to bring that in there. Uh,
I will.
it's not something that's easy to be seen, but you just showed such a great personality,
Oh,
and I
thank
know you will
you.
do fantastic.
Oh, I appreciate that. Sometimes I like to talk and I don't know when to shut up. And it's like, I'm not talking too much. I'm not talking too much. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and then stop recording.